So here's my take on driving. We live in LA, which is I guess pretty much every big city is the same. But I love to drive. I love it. I'm a big car guy. I love to drive in the rain. I love to drive when it's not raining. But I think the problem for me with driving is other drivers. I'm a great driver.
Yes,
I am.
And so am I, and I think you are too,
I'm a
George,
great
right?
driver, man.
Excellent.
I can drive anything.
Excellent driver.
I grew up with my old
Great
man was
man.
in the car business. We had tons of cars. I love cars. I love driving. But I think what's happening, is what has happened, and it's kind of other than the traffic and the usual BS, which we'll get into, and the incompetence of people, and all the obstacle course that you have to drive through. Just when you leave your house alone to drive a mile, the obstacle course that you're going through is unbelievable. The thing that bothers me is the lack of consideration in people anymore. There is no more courtesy. I'm talking about LA, and what I notice that is when if somebody cuts me off, I get the finger. They give me the finger. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. You're giving me the finger because you cut me off, and it's almost like a preemptive, up yours, and I deserve to be here. The entitlement is almost like you're entitled in your car. You're entitled to do whatever the hell you want.
When you feel isolated and you're protected, and yes.
No, but I meant people are they're
you're the only one on the road. You need to get somewhere.
Right, exactly
you don't care
right.
about
No, but the other people are like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let people go, and if somebody lets me in, I give them a wave, and let's move it along.
I always let people in if they need.
And wave, and always with the wave.
I'm fine.
You know, I can remember. This is not that long ago. I was driving with my daughter, and we were going to church, to her school or something, and a young girl cut me off, and she knew she cut me off, and then she sort of sped up to get away from me because she thought I was going to yell at her, and we were both going to church, and I got out of my car, and she saw me, and she was afraid, and I said, "My name is Scott. We go to this church. I just want to give you a little advice. If you ever cut somebody off, just all you need to do is go.
Like you complain. I know what I did.
And it's over. By you doing what you did, my cause of just go sorry, and I've done it. Everybody's done it, but just throw the hand up. But
I've never understood road rage.
But that diffuses it. You're right. That like if
of course,
somebody's mad, it kind of.
Because I've cut people off and go, oh crap, sorry.
Yeah. And if it like I've actually seen people in slow traffic, people want to get in, and people will get pissed and they'll speed up to not let them in to get ahead. I slow down, move in. You're gonna get there whether you drive crazy or drive like an old lady. It's a 3-minute difference on 30 miles. I mean, it's really, you don't really make up that much time.
No.
I've never had an issue with like people get pissed and they try to run the car and they pull over and they get tire irons and they get it's like nothing is worth getting out and getting shot or getting killed over a car. I just, I anticipate. I let people go.
Sometimes my wife tells me I tailgate.
Oh, I don't.
Because I'm a good driver, but I want to get where I'm going.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't do the square of safety? Oh no, square of safety.
Never
My
even
dad
heard
taught it. Okay, square of safety. If I'm on the freeway and there's a car right next to me on both sides, and car in front, I will.
You'll
make
slow
sure
down.
There are no cars on either side, so if I have to do a maneuver,
Do you ever drive on the freeway? How do you drive on the freeway ever?
All the time. No. I'm saying, if it's not crowded, I mean, I won't let a car go like this. I'll always want to be I want maneuverability, and I always make sure I have a lot of space ahead of me. And if a guy tailgates me, you know what I do? I just move over, let him pass. It's not worth it.
Okay, but how about this person? So if I'm behind somebody, and they're really slow, as soon as I try to pass them, what do? They speed up.
See, I don't really run into that much.
I run into it a lot. I'm an aggressive driver,
I am
but
too.
I'm courteous.
Well, I've driven with you. You're not aggressive. You drive like someone's chasing you.
My wife used to say that she felt like she was going to die every time I drove and she got in the car. But I try to be courteous, but I like to drive fast. I want to get where I'm going.
Exactly.
I don't mind maneuvering. My kids are very safe. When I'm with them, I get like edgy, like pass this person.
Okay,
they'll just stay in the lane, which is fine.
I need to make a comment because I've driven with you.
All right.
We're sitting there. We were going to the airport. We had to go somewhere.
We got to get to the airport.
No, we did. I always leave enough time so I don't have to rush. We had plenty of time. You're driving, and it's all going nice. You're going this way, and you just got to go this way, and you got to get ahead, and you got to go this way. And I'm going. Well, I mean,
you're planning for when road when something happens, you want to be as far up as possible. So you're
what I'm saying is I always look. We're all on time. I know we've had meetings and stuff. We're always on time. I leave 40 minutes sooner than the app says to leave. And if I get there a little early, I'll check my email. I'll get a cup of coffee. I just don't have this need to outrun everybody. I drive.
I do.
And I'm aggressive. I mean, I make my turns. Like, the thing that bothers me, the worst thing in the world, is people, I'm behind a person making a right-hand turn, and they're going to make a right-hand turn, and they have a red light. So the cars are going, and they're waiting to make sure they can go right. And then all of a sudden, the cars are making lefts this way. And the people are waiting for the cars to make the left.
Yeah, they're blocking.
I'm going, if a car's making a left and you need to go, you can't
right.
get hit because that car will get hit. That kind
people
of
are nervous. People are very nervous.
And I'm definitely, I'm not an old man driver. I mean, I make my rights. And
you're talking like you're an old man driver.
No. I'm saying I just
the square of safety. That's like the cone of silence.
No, but I'm still driving, fast and everything. And the other thing is when people go make a left-hand turn in an intersection, and they stay
go out.
behind.
Go out.
Yeah,
go to the middle, and you could get two cars in there. So I'm saying I'm aggressive in that way, but I just don't. It doesn't. I know I have enough time. I'm going to get there. I don't get.
I hate that feeling, by the way. I hate that feeling if I'm late, especially for like a plane or something, or even, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I can't stand being late to anything. So that's why I drive the way, because I figure, you know what? If I get 1 mile closer, if there's an accident there, 1 mile closer where I have to be.
I get it, and all of us have the same thing about time.
You're outvoted.
I'm always early. No, I'm early, but I just, listen, I drive aggressively. I just don't drive angrily, and I don't worry about people. If a person wants to get in, I let him in. If he flips me off, I wave, and
What
I don't care.
was hard for me to get used to when I moved here, and I still remember it. Two things. One is, when you have a left turn signal, like a left turn green arrow,
right?
If you're out in the intersection, of course, go. Maybe another car, but nowhere else that I've lived, that I've driven, like it's 3, 4, 5 cars. You're going. They're lining up, continuing to turn left against a red arrow. It seems like that's what it is. It's like 3 or 4 or 5 cars.
You know what?
Keep going.
Hate?
Yeah.
If you got a left
I don't mind it. I just have to learn that people do that.
If you have a left arrow,
yeah.
What I can't stand is you need to be pretty close to his bumper.
Yeah.
So you can all get in. Guys will go like this, and they'll leave all this.
Well, that drives me freaking. Go up,
move.
and they'll go, and I'll miss the light.
Right,
yeah.
And I'm going. Don't especially if you're making a turn, you're going.
Get off your damn phone at the light.
Yes.
You don't have to look down and text every time you stop your car.
See, the texting.
Just every time you stop, you text, and the light changes, and you don't know it. And I got to honk, and then I'm the a-hole.
Yeah.
Because I'm honking.
You're right. The other thing
I'll honk.
unusual about here, and this is totally strange for how crazy our driving is the pedestrian is king. It's not that way at other places.
Well, I grew up here, so I know.
Yeah, but it's not like that everywhere.
I know.
My father got hit in the ass when we first moved here by a car.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm sorry, in New York.
In New York.
Because he was used to here, we from New York, moved here, went back to New York, and a cab hit him in the ass. Because he figured the cab was going to stop.
Yeah. But when you step out, even if you're wrong as a pedestrian, everybody stops because that's the way they're taught.
I know.
And it's very strange.
I know.
And by the way, I see people when they're crossing on a crosswalk.
It's nice, but
they almost slow down.
Yeah.
When I'm crossing in front of a
I
car,
jump out a little bit. I trot. Yeah.
I jog a little bit,
That's what I mean about consideration.
Yeah,
There's no consideration for anybody anymore. But you know what I didn't realize? I did not realize that I didn't know how to drive until I met my wife.
Yes.
I
thought you were a good driver. I don't know.
I never.
George, everything I do in the car is wrong. Everything. When I'm with my wife in the car, everything is wrong. And here's the impersonation of my wife when we drive. You think I'm joking? You think I'm joking?
No.
You ask her when you see her.
I don't think I've ever been in the car with you and your wife.
That's how she reacts when I drive. So it's a very frustrating thing, and I always say, Renee, I'll pull over. No, I don't want to drive. Well, then stop. Have I killed us yet? No, I have not. We're alive. We're fine. But it doesn't change. It just
I can't let a woman drive.
I don't mind.
My girlfriend.
By the way, my wife.
I need to.
If I have to follow her somewhere,
yeah.
I can't catch her.
Oh, she's
gone.
She's a speed.
Gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I said, Renee, why are you speeding? I'm not speeding. I'm not going fast. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm definitely a bad backseat driver. I got to be in control.
That's my take on driving.
No. So, advice to men: don't drive with your wives. Or don't drive your wives.
Drive with a different girl.
Drive.
See up my nose with